Today I want to show you the difference between a tubular rivet, this is a tubular rivet, and a Jiffy rivet. You can see they look similar, they both have the shaft, they both have what looks like caps on both ends. But if you look, this is a sharp edge, this is a rounded edge. The tubular rivet will punch right through leather or biothane. The Jiffy rivet has to have a hole punched first. I'll demonstrate both of them to you. To go from punching to setting Jiffy rivets, it's pretty simple. You just take the punch off, you take the self-centering guide off, and you put the Jiffy rivet dies on. Now this is the bottom die, it slips right in. It's got this little feature, I'll show you that in a minute. And this is the upper die, and this is an adapter that we made so that these dies can work with the Handyman. And because of that adapter, there are some limitations, but you can get any dies that you can get to set your rivets or your crystals. We can adapt them and make them work with the Handyman. So it's as simple as putting this on, and we're just about ready to rivet. So when you want to rivet with the Jiffy rivets, the way that I have found that works best is if you push that stem, the shaft, up through and then attach your cap to it, except if you drop it on the floor, then you have to pick it up again. Now I have a different type of Jiffy rivet that I wanted to show you. It's just another Jiffy type rivet. It's a different color. That's the nice thing about the Jiffy rivets, is there is a wide selection of colors and that type of thing, whereas with the tubular rivets you don't have that selection. Now what I have found that works the best is to put them together like this and then set them on here, and you just push down until you feel it smash together, and then you've got that rivet set. And you just go to the next one. If you have 2 or 3 or half a dozen on a collar, there you go. You've got them all set. They're nice and snug in there. Next we'll show you how the tubular rivets work. To switch from Jiffy rivets to tubular rivets, you may have already guessed, you take these dies off and you put the rivet jaws on. It's not rocket science. The rivet jaws are a little bit more difficult. When you put this in, this is the drive shaft, and this is called the driver. You want to put the short end up in and tighten the set screws. Next you want to slide this up on. Turn that, and then you choose if you want to use your splash anvil or your cap anvil. I'm going to demonstrate both, but they use the same rivet. It's just the cap anvil, you put a cap on. The splash anvil, you don't put a cap on. And I'll show you what both look like here in a minute. I have a whole video just on setting the rivet head that you can watch as well. It's on my YouTube channel. Now, to rivet, you simply put a rivet in the rivet head. You put a cap in there. Notice that there are no holes in that. You do not have to have a hole before you rivet with a tubular rivet. Put it in there. That rivet will punch right through the biothane into the cap. Splashes out. And there you have a rivet. It looks like I got it off center. You can see haven't done a lot of it. But there's that rivet. Now, I'm going to take this cap anvil out and show you what a splash anvil does. I have the splash anvil in, as you can see, and I adjusted it, and I just put a tubular rivet in. It's exactly like this tubular rivet was, and put that in, go like that, and there it looks exactly the same on the top. But on the bottom you can see that's the splash and that's the cap rivet. It's the same rivet. This one has a cap, this one doesn't. These two are the Jiffy type rivets. The tubular rivets are a little stronger than the Jiffy type rivets.